Alright. Welcome everybody to the third episode of the weekly Blitz. I am your host, Full Blooded Mex, and today with me I have Average Brett.
Hello.
And since Martian decided to be a responsible adult and work, today with me I have the Red Menace. Welcome, Red Menace.
Howdy. Howdy, guys.
So, I noticed that within the last two episodes we've been kind of just negative Nancy's and talking a lot of shit about the game. So, we're just going to be a little bit positive. We're still going to complain about shit. So
we're going to try. We're going to try, quote unquote.
Really try, but essentially, the other day I was thinking, obviously we all like War Thunder, correct?
Yes.
But what's the best game you've ever had in this game?
I think we might be able to bring up like a list. I'm not sure if...
Like for you in your mind, which game stands out the most?
For me, it happened like I think a year ago, or it was 2018. I can remember it, and it was when American Desert was the new map.
Okay.
Like it was the new big boy around, and everyone was playing it, and I was playing my top tier T80B. I was driving around, and I was with a teammate. It was Russia and America versus Germany. It was Allies versus Axis, I believe. But it was an insane game. It was so mad. It took the whole match just to end it, and it ended in a draw.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a game end in a draw.
And it was me and him holding the entire team. I had 20 kills.
Damn.
What the shit?
It was insane.
Ace.
With the T80B.
That's very impressive.
I can't touch that. I can't get anywhere close.
Mine seems like small and
I could start a space program, launch a rocket, and you'd still be like...
My friend had 8 kills in his Abrams. We were working together, kind of thing, coordinating. We were being very coordinative. That match.
Team. Oh my. Oh, I was gonna say teamwork makes the dream work, but I said teammate. Okay.
Teammate makes the dream mate.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's not as good as yours, but for me, it was gonna be within my T54 1951. And I forgot this map existed up until 2 days ago, but it was on Berlin. And I think I got over 14 kills in that tank. Just driving around, I was being reckless as hell, and I was just flanking. And I only ended up with, I've ended up with 14 kills. And that to me was the best I've ever done in this game. But hearing your story, it makes mine look like a piece of shit.
But, Jesus, there's no...
But the thing was that it wasn't just my team, my side that was doing good. Remember, it ended in a draw. The other team, the other two guys were doing really good as well. So it was like a final battle kind of shit.
Battle of the gods, just going down. What happens when two tornadoes collide?
Apparently end up with a draw.
Yeah, apparently the whole system just dissipates into one big disappointment.
So I have a question. What were the rewards like? Because obviously if you lose, you don't get as much as you win. But what were the rewards like? I've never had a draw.
Do you get a plus 75%?
I think it counts as a lose. Or no, I think there's no I don't think this. There's only a win modifier, if I believe. There's only a win modifier. Is there? I don't know for sure.
I think we shouldn't say for sure if we don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Put something out there if we don't know.
But it was still a lot because my T80B was talismaned and I had a prenup account.
Oof.
And oof in a good way. Oof is in holy shit. How'd you kill that SP?
Your balls must have been so You must have been wielding that big dick energy. So
creating tracks in the ground, just dragging them, just like
it's not like I don't like to. I really don't like to boast. Like that's not my thing. But no, I was actually trying to really try to help my team as well.
No,
like,
I feel you. I feel you.
Pushing up with the team and like advancing, helping them out. That's the main priority, and like winning the game with the team. That was the main priority.
That's what I want from this game, man. Is like instead of like 11 bimbos and one god on a team like who actually knows what he's doing.
Yeah. No, I was trying to tell them where the enemy is. Like, oh, the enemy's over there. Or like, hey, there's a guy behind the corner. Or if a guy gets damaged, smoke him. Like, help him out. Try to tow him even.
Martian and Brad were talking about this in a previous episode, but I think the game would benefit. I think it was Brad's idea. I think the game would benefit a lot if the game had some sort of like ranking system. Because imagine if you could be ranked or put into a game with people like with very similar skills with you, and you could do like team play like that instead of just having like 4 idiots on a team that don't really do anything.
Yeah.
I think personally, I think that would help the game a little bit.
I think it would help, but like this, it's kind of with issues with that, right? Like the queue time. Like if you're gonna do something that specific,
like I would say that like if they did do something like it, they would start like a very much more lenient in terms of like matchmaker. Like they don't need to be like that similar of skill, of course. Like it would be like very broad to start out with, because obviously the queue times would take a hit if you did do it very specific and whatnot.
Right.
And if the player base somehow grows exponentially, I doubt from this one change, but if it did for some ungodly reason, then you could narrow the skill gap, if you will.
And also, in my personal opinion, like, I could see like, I know this is a long shot, but like, what happens? Like, imagine it was implemented, correct? All right, and imagine there's just this one lucky guy who somehow got the right stats to join that tier. Like, there could be a situation that we have those guys who are idiots, but they just somehow are up there. Just somehow.
I see what you mean. Like, they either get carried or I don't know, just somehow manage to get their way up until, like, the high tiers.
Yeah. I even shouldn't say idiots. Like that's a little bit too rude. Like, it could be just a guy who's having great luck and just accidentally gets up there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like it depends on circumstance. Like, if you're basing it on stats in War Thunder, I think it could that can happen to some players that don't have high enough of a skill ceiling compared to others.
Right. And yeah, I agree with you. It's just that no, I agree with you.
Thinking about it.
I had to think about it because it was just like, yeah, some dude could be extremely lucky and just make his way to the highest tier without really having to do anything. He could be carried by his entire team. He could get almost no kills or anything. And it's just, yeah.
Although I want to make a point of that kills shouldn't just be the only thing. Not that's what you said. Just
well, I'm just saying stats in general, like captures, kills, because people mainly focus on kills and people mainly talk about kills. I was like, I understand that, but like, there's more to it than kills. You actually get a crap ton amount for getting assists. Like, surprisingly,
I've noticed that I've gotten some games where I've gotten like 4 kills and I'm like second of the leaderboard where I've only gotten 1 kill, and then the dude up top has like 5 kills and only 1 assist, and I'm almost close to him with only assists.
The weird thing, there's a couple matches that I joined. I was on top of the scoreboard with only assists.
Really?
And captures. Yeah.
Huh.
But I was playing light tanks. It was more of a like supportive light tank role. kind of thing. It was like really like MBT or heavy tank roll.
Okay. So that is one thing I've never understood about the game is how the points work. Because obviously when you hit tab, you can see how many points you are and where on the leaderboard you are. But sometimes as soon as the game starts, you already have like 4 points on the board, and I've never understood.
Yeah, like sometimes you just drive forward, like
Uh,
points go up as fuel is consumed or something like. I don't
yeah.
know.
It's weird because that counts. Because what helps with pay is called battle activity. Like when you're on the scoreboard
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
sit and stuff like that, even moving counts as battle activity. So you're getting paid for moving,
That's not. I
but not a lot. Like probably like only 4 civil lines and 1 research point. But like for moving.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I feel like that should not be how it is, because some tanks are literally just designed to sit. I would not be comfortable moving up
Oh
in
no!
a Ferdinand. Like,
Or a
Oh, no,
T28 or mouse.
that's the last tank I would want to like.
No, like that's just like the point generation of like the 4 points for moving. That's just like a part. That's a part of the battle activity.
Yeah.
If you're sniping, that's still battle activity. You're sniping for the team. You're
Okay.
killing hostile tanks in front. It's those people who are AFK that don't get any points
Oh, okay.
and just don't get any money, because if they got money for doing nothing, then that's not really fair for the rest of the team.
Wait. So if we already, then why is crew lock a thing? If you can't, if you can't just AFK into a game and get point, then why?
Gaijin?
Yeah, what? No, that's not even the reason why crew lock is actually then why. Oh my god.
Why is crew lock a thing?
Why
I feel
is
like...
it's such... Oh, you punish your players for being bad.
Well, I think it kind of...
You really punish them for like screwing up. Like, you don't try to help them that's really the worst of it, is that it doesn't like help them in any way.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
crew lock is mostly there to discourage people to be like, oh, I don't like this map, I'm just going to J out. Really damaging your team because you're taking a player away from them.
Well, in 1.91, that's less of a reason, because you're able to, premium, and kind of need premium if you want to like go anywhere.
Right.
You can select maps that you aren't going to play. But I guess it would probably be because of crew lock now, but like still, I don't really feel like many people would do that. Even if you had to have crew lock for that reason, say people do actually do that a whole lot. Why would you have it at like 9 minutes? You could at least lessen it so that it would be like 5 minutes or whatever. Because you can easily get to like the center of the map, kill a few people, and then like die or whatever. And you already did your part essentially. Even getting like above a 3 KDR is better than average at this point. So if you left the game, then you can easily get crew locked.
Right.
I've been crew locked actually from not even being able to spawn in something else.
So I'm kind of glad you brought up 1.91. What do you guys think of the upcoming patch?
I am honestly disappointed.
Really?
Yeah, sorry.
Because I noticed a pattern for the last couple of months of releases. Because I'm a tank player. I said before, I don't play aircraft. That's not my thing. Like, I do have jets. It's just that, like, I usually use them as ground support for my tanks and stuff like that. But my niche is always going to be armored combat. The thing, like, there was this, like, I guess pattern that Gaijin did was that they released one big MBT top tier release. Like, like they add like the T80, the M1, the Leopard, like 2, and stuff like that.
Right.
And then the next patch, they add the lesser vehicles, like maybe like something more for jets, or like maybe like some for mid-tier. Right?
Yeah.
And then they go for another big patch again. Like, it's a pattern. Like, it goes like from from big to small, big to small, big to small.
Right, like this patch is definitely more orientated for the aircraft players instead of the tank players.
Yeah, what I've seen is that like the T80 if 9.91 drops came out 2 patches ago. There you go. And it's like, oh, because I was waiting like I was super psyched because everyone was talking about this on like War Thunder Live and all that for Russian players at least.
Yeah.
I was hoping for the T90. Like we played that in shit. I'm sorry, my accent and language. We played that thing in April Fools. Like the Leopard 2A5 is out, but why not the T90? The T90 should be out with the 2A5.
Right, right. Look,
Time.
that's once again, it's Gaijin. They don't exactly have the most balancing issues or balancing plans in mind. They just release one overpowered vehicle and then later they implement other vehicles that once that overpowered vehicle gets pretty much ground into the ground,
But
it's not really utilized anymore.
yeah, but like at least like because from what I patterned and what I grinded for those like couple of months, I was grinding for the T90 because I thought it was going to come out because of the pattern, right? That I thought of.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized on the news, oh, I'm getting an object. That's cool. Any T90? No. What? It's like no T90.
I
It's
will
like, really?
I will be honest. I was expecting a T90 because it seems like Russia is the only
It's still in the
MBT.
80s.
Yeah, it's the only nation in the game that still doesn't have like a modern equivalent to the 2A5.
Yes, I think that is correct. M1A1 is it's a little different story because it was made in like the 80s and like
Yeah,
later
but
in
the-
like 86 and all
Was it
that.
either made in the 80s or it was used in the 80s?
The M1 Abrams, the one with the 105 came out in 85 roughly. And then the M1A1 came out in 86.
Mhm.
And then the HA, stuff like that.
Now the gun it has is the Rheinmetall.
120.
Yeah,
They're all
the one that's-
it's
yeah, that's the same
it's
gun.
like their own licensed build. It's like it's an
Yeah,
American built one.
yeah.
It's not like a German built one.
Sort of like a Picard Merlin from a Rolls-Royce Merlin.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But that makes sense because the T80U had like the T80 came out like in the 80s, and then the U came out in 1986, like roughly around when the M1 came out.
Yeah.
So like
Right.
that's balanced. They're both in the 80s. The Chally 2, it because of Britain being not as competitive as the other teams, has a tank from the 90s. Makes sense. Japan, same thing, Type 90, makes sense. France, Leclerc, makes sense.
Right.
Germany, the Leopard 2A4 should fit that jurisdiction of with the T80U, the M1A1, and the Leopard 2A4. But now having the 2A5, a tank from the 90s, 1995, I believe, is that like, oh, congratulations, you basically have the most advanced tank in the game.
Well, the issue is with War Thunder, ground battles specifically. It shows that dates don't really matter within the meta of the game, because if you can see, like, the Type 16 is a very recent vehicle. Like, it came out 2 years ago and was implemented into the Japanese army. Same with the I think it was the Italian mouse droid with the machine gun up top. That came out in the 80s, but for some reason it's facing World War II planes.
Yeah.
It doesn't even stop there. You can go way earlier in the tech tree. The RU-251 base, the E-30, 485. I mean, to its credit, it is still in service in like North Korea, but like,
well, like I think for the age, it would make sense because during the 50s, the Soviets were still using the T-30-485s.
Yeah, oh yeah, but like it's more like technology more than just the difference of
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
of course, usually that's the thing is that technology improves over time. Obviously,
yeah.
it's just they have so many wide gaps of technology between tanks that can actually face each other.
Yes.
And this is where decompression is would be best applied because it would space it out. But they've said specifically that they don't like doing that. I forget what their wording was, but I remember almost falling asleep reading it.
It's basically it's too hard. Decompression is too hard. And a better choice than the 2A5 would have been the Leopard 2A4C, which has much more composite armor. But them just adding the 2A5 into the game completely ruined the meta for a couple of patches.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would totally fine with the Leopard 2AC. Like that made like 2A4C. That would make total sense. Like okay, came out roughly around the same time. Because I'm doing by time, but and like technology wise, like comparatively, like on a fair scale.
Mm-hmm.
But adding this tank, which is basically modern, let's say that it's still used today, like the Leopard 2A5. Like it's like a main battle. It's a Germany main battle tank, like straight up.
Right.
Sexy as fuck though with that angled armor plates. I will say though.
Yeah. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Like
Yeah.
it looks sexy in April Fools. It looks sexy now. Like come on.
Yeah.
Like come on, guys. But like it's still not like they should have released it with the T90 or the Leopard or the M1A1 HA. Like keep it up.
Yeah.
Because Italy got a new MBT too. And it's like a third one. It's like, oh shit, okay. Oh, I did it again. Damn it. Okay. but like, and it's like, what are we supposed to do? It's like,
I don't know, man. It's just, I love this game. I really do. I just think it's very badly managed because of Gaijin. But
screaming at a wall sometimes. Like I feel like we're all just screaming at a wall. Like
we're essentially screaming at a wall and they don't care.
Yeah.
And it would have been perfect to release those tanks with this patch with night vision and all that, because it shows the leap from April Fools to this patch. We have night vision added on to these main battle tanks. We have infrared now. And like we have like improved repair mechanics, because I saw that during the dev server. Like there was like some like there was like a secondary repair like for the tanks now. I didn't know what it was, but like it was. I just know it was there. That's all I know. But yeah, it's like that would have fit. But now like we don't really have tanks to fit in those jurisdiction. It's like well we don't have more of those tanks to fit in those jurisdiction. Like we have a lot of night vision tanks, but like but if we have those new shiny MBTs as well added onto that, then yeah, it would have been like, okay, cool. We have new MBTs that people can compete against the Leopard 2A5, and we have night vision. Win-win.
We're also getting China in this game, or in this patch, which I will admit I kind of am excited about, because I like sim battles, because I think
is great.
Sim is absolutely fun in tank, and I'm still pissed at Gaijin that they removed it as a regular game mode. But
I don't blame them, because like I think no one else was playing it. That's the problem. Like not enough people were playing it.
Right,
but it's like they just pushed it to the side though. That's what concerns me, is that they didn't really try to make much more incentive to do it. They just kind of, you're just kind of like the ugly bastard stepchild. We're just gonna make you not an actual mode. Just put you off into this corner here.
But going back to what I was gonna say is that I kind of am glad that China is getting added, because it does help the USSR offset the whole NATO ally or NATO nations against it in simulator.
Yeah.
And plus, it might be just a copy and paste tree, but it does get some great tanks. Like it's getting the T-34-85, I forget what cannon, but the best one from the USSR tree, and the Hellcat within the same BR, along with the P-47.
Yeah, which like the T-34-85, like is like one of the best mid tiers. I think we can agree with that. Yeah, it's like like the competitive, like it's really competitive. But with a Panther, like they're both
like the M18 as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't have armor, but it's got speed. So
yeah, exactly. Like those are like the M18, the T-34-85, and the Panther are like the best mid tier at the moment.
Yep.
Like we could agree with that, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, by far.
But yeah, it's like I love that. Like I love that too. But I like when it like because it makes sense because China was going through like a civil war at the time in mid tier. So, but when you get to high tiers, when things start getting really interesting because they start making their own designs, you see like their wacky like PT-76 design. It's like, whoa, what's this?
I forgot. I think it was like some, I think Russian chassis, but then they got the turret of an M18 and then just combined it together, and then it looks like the most Frankenstein cursed tank I've ever seen.
That would look similar to like an M10, wouldn't it? Kind of with like the sloped armor in the front, but like
Either
some
way, it
kind
looks
of
ugly beautiful. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. There are some tanks in this game where I look at it as like, that is so ugly. I love it.
Oh, what's the Russian tank that like it's the like the SU something that's so just god awful.
The SU-57B.
Yes. It's so
Oh,
it's so terrible. Oh my god. Imagine being a Russian tanker. And then they'd be like, "Yes, Ivan, this is your tank." And then you walk around the corner and see the thing.
Ivan, more like Igor. Oh.
I would be severely disappointed. I spent all that time training. I thought I was going to get a T-3487 or a IS-2. I turn around the corner and I get that.
A whole 25 millimeters sloped at 38 degrees.
It's beautiful. It's
Does that even save you from a 20 mil?
I don't think it does.
No,
think
it does.
might.
It does. It doesn't save you from a 14 point. What's it? A 14.5 millimeter either. Like, yeah, 45 millimeters. No, you can't. You can't.
Wow.
Jesus.
I think
What are some- Sorry.
another. I apologize, but I think another ugly tank that I love is the M3 Lee. That thing,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
it's incredibly
the
ugly.
stopgap. The
But-
stopgap tank.
Like, to be honest, I loved playing it when I first started War Thunder because
Mhm.
they gave me the like a Russian one, the Russian one for trial when I was grinding out Russia. So it was great for grinding with, right?
Right.
But like, it's like I have a friend who plays World of Tanks, like, and we were talking about like the differences between World of Tanks M3 Lee and the War Thunder M3 Lee, because it is so different and so weird. In World of Tanks, you can only use the 37.
Yeah,
What?
I used to play World of Tanks. I stopped playing it as soon as I got as soon as I basically jumped ships from World of Tanks to War Thunder. I never looked back on World of Tanks. But
Me either.
essentially World of Tanks, it's like, you know how it has that top turret on top, Brett?
Yeah.
Essentially, if somebody hits that, it's gonna cause damage to your tank no matter what, and it just drives down the health bar. But in War Thunder, obviously we don't have health bars, and the wedding cake topper on top is essentially just there as a buffer from your.
Yeah.
I just way prefer the M3 Lee in War Thunder than in World of Tanks.
Yeah, because like people like it's actually quite not bad in War Thunder. Like, it's actually like, usable because you have a 75, right? You could pen like Panzers, no problem, and all that, right?
Yeah.
But it's like that, like, and looking at the World of Tanks, like, why can't you use that one either? Like, like where's the logic?
It's just that. That's one of the reasons why I don't like World of Tanks. Is because, yeah, you might have an extra gun on top, but you can't use it. It's just there to tease you.
Yeah, and it's like it should be usable because there's some other tanks in World of Tanks that it's the exact same situation, but like with like probably like more lower caliber guns than poor M3 Lee over here. But
Have you ever
But
played? Have you ever played World of Tanks, Brett?
I have. I actually played it before I played War Thunder. I only got up to the A34.
Nice.
The Russian, like, it's before the T-34, right? But that's when I stopped and started to realize I hate the grind
Yeah.
for that game.
It's
Switch
just
the grind for a different game.
No, because I like this game's grind because you don't have to grind the modifications and then buy the tank and then grind the modifications for that tank and then unlock the tank and then
See, I've
Like, I
never
could-
played World of Tanks, so I don't know how that works. I guess I probably shouldn't have said anything.
The one thing I would say that I kind of miss from World of Tanks is the ability to sell your tank once you reach another tier, because there are some vehicles in this game that I wish I could just sell. Like one is
Never gonna use like KV-85. When exactly how many games have you actually played in that?
that, or like
500.
the British Archer. I wish I could sell that thing because that thing is so horrendous. I hate it.
Oh my god, they're
Oh, it's a meme though. I love it.
also, it is the ass tank. Also, just take note. It took me a long time to figure out just how many British tanks actually start with the letter C.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's a thing with British tanks. They keep doing it to this day. The Challenger.
You know,
Yeah.
you just pointing it out. I just realized you're right. They
Yeah,
almost all
Comet,
start.
Challenger, Centurion, Charioteer, Churchill, Cromwell,
Carnarvon.
Crusader, Conway, more Centurions, Carnarvon, Conqueror, Chieftain.
Chariot. Wow. Okay. British love their C's apparently.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D. You know, like it's just easy. You know.
A, B, C.
One thing I'm so pissed off about the British tech tree. Where's the TOG?
Right? That's the one thing
TOG
I miss from World of Tanks.
Which one? The TOG one or the
A TOG?
obvious
No,
answer?
sorry. TOG 2 asterisk. That you have to say asterisk.
Do
Like
you?
yeah, it's a part of the name.
Well, what?
Asterisk. You know
No,
the star
no,
at the
You're
top.
wrong. I am going to look this up. There's no way.
Yes, I can tell you right now. TOG 2 asterisk.
No.
TOG 2 asterisk.
No, that's a war crime.
That's a war crime.
You can't do that, bro.
How does this make you feel, Brad?
I'm about to cry. This is so terrible. There's no way.
Yeah, for some reason the British designers decided to just slap on an asterisk like that.
It had to be like an accident, and they were like, whatever. It's an ink.
Whatever.
They
It's
only got
awesome.
one sheet of paper. They wrote down TOG2, and then some guy, Bill, came over. An asterisk.
I was in the chat, and it's like everyone went insane when I told them there's an asterisk in the TOG 2. I was like, no way. Everyone looked. It's like, oh my god.
This is a national tragedy. We need to
Oh.
invade Britain and change all history.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
I am
Cha-
perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't mind that.
No, that kills me. The picture they have on Wikipedia of the TOG2, the little poster next to it, says TOG2 doesn't have the asterisk.
Really? What?
Damn. We have to fix that.
Yeah,
We have to fix that.
they like burst into Bovington with guns. You know, guns versus tanks is a very
Wait,
good
on
matchup.
Wikipedia, right? I think you could change Wikipedia. Just change it, and then
Oh, fair enough.
I like how you went to the extreme, Brad.
I like my idea better though.
okay, we could do that. Like that's
idea
plan
better.
number 1. Changing the name is plan number
I don't,
2.
I-
Okay.
I don't want to have to pay for like Photoshop.
Ah,
So,
see, that's yeah, okay. That's fair.
yeah,
That's
thinking
fair.
ahead. I'd rather pay for plain. No, I'm gonna swing.
But you're right, Menace. That is the one thing I wish it was in War Thunder, is that the TOG 2. Like, where is that? It's the most iconic tank.
Yeah. I was actually on the War Thunder forums, like not forums, live, like
Mhm.
a while back, and I started a discussion with the World of Tanks picture of, hey, why is it in the game? Many people were complaining, it's like, why is the World of Tanks picture? I was like, because they have it. That's what I said. It's like, why don't we have it? And they do.
Right, like how else are you gonna post a picture? Because I'm pretty sure like 95% of the player base of War Thunder came from World of Tanks. So of course,
Yeah, exactly.
So of course you're gonna use a picture from World of Tanks, your previous game that you use, as a reference photo.
And I was hoping that like Gaijin would see that, like maybe maybe not. It's like, hey, maybe to compete with World of Tanks, we could add to talk too,
Right.
something like that, you know.
What
And
is
then
that?
I post up another like discussion, like, oh, a missing tank in the tech tree. There's one tank that peeves me off the most, and I don't know why. Like it does. Have you guys noticed there's no IS-5?
Yeah, I have noticed that, and why is that? Why does Gaijin not want to implement the IS-5?
Wait, I don't actually know my history on this one.
It was it's a Soviet heavy tank, like, and all that. It's like the IS-6. It's like it has a T10 hull though. It's an IS-6 with a T10 hull.
Really?
Oh.
Okay.
That's why it has like a gun. It has the gun, and it has a turret and the hull of a T10, like it looks like an early stages with a gun of the IS-6. There you go. That's what the look is.
Fun fact, just because we're talking about the IS-6, I was a bit with my M50 because I love that little tank. The hesh of the M56 can actually go through the front of an IS-6 just barely, but not through the sides.
What? How does that work?
Because the sides are less angled but more armored.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know
Just
that.
a little tidbit. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, but like, and I posted another thing about that, and I got the same complaint. I got so many complaints that forum was that like list, like that post was taken down.
What? That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one
'Cause
issue I have with the War Thunder Live is the mods there. They're really bad.
Hitler.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to start like an argument or anything. I was like, hey, like, let's have a discussion. Like, want to add this tank to War Thunder?
Right.
It needs a slot. Like, we need to fit it in. Like a Russian tank. Like, like the TOG, the IS-5. There's
Right.
probably one for Germany. There's probably one for the United States. Probably one for every nation, to be honest.
Yeah.
To fit that like little like notch that like makes it just right. Like, just makes the tree more clear. It's like, oh, we got it. Like, we got the tank. We got them, folks.
More robust,
Ladies and gentlemen,
We got them.
got them.
I was trying to make that, but I failed miserably.
Nice.
But
Yay.
I mean, I call them Hitlers, but I guess they're paid to do that, so they're Hitlers for. We'll just call them.
But I think that how would you feel if they introduced the TOG 2 as an event vehicle?
I would not mind because there's only one of them.
Right. There some vehicles like that. If it's like a rare one of a kind, I would be perfectly fine if they made it as an event vehicle. What?
Mm-hmm.
A rare one of a kind Paravol tank.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not the best
I know.
design in real life.
IS-7.
Yeah.
Or the E100, for example. Like, but if they did more of that instead of making more common vehicles like event vehicles, such as the, let's say,
IS-7, like,
IS
or the Obel 74. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, the
I
Obel.
call it an obel.
Obel.
Because it's way easier to say.
More like I call it an Italian clown car.
Italian contract.
I mean, you're not far off. They probably got their own pizza making stuff in there. Anyway,
Anyway, back to the story at hand.
Yeah, if they would just make it more rare vehicles, which they are, granted, but they need to be a little bit more rare, for my opinion, then I would be okay with more event vehicles being added instead of like a wacky color scheme for like the Tiger.
Whoa! I hated that. I thought that was the most stupidest thing I have ever seen. It's like, why did they add this?
Right.
The tiger thing, the weird like.
The tiger, like the furry tiger for furries,
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you preview it, it doesn't show.
Yeah,
What?
I know. Wait, actually,
It doesn't show the skin when you preview it if you don't have it.
what?
Really?
Whoa!
That's amazing.
Yeah, actually, what the hell?
Big brain 5,000 IQ plays right now. Like,
So
literally the selling point of the tank is not even able to be viewed before you buy.
Imagine you get it, and it's just a regular tiger one. It's like, oh great, I have two of them now. Sorry, three. Oh, sorry.
The ridiculous thing is, on the marketplace, it's now selling for like $156. So essentially, you're paying $156 for a skin.
For a talisman on a tank you already have.
Exactly. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I bet you can find the skin on War Thunder Live for free.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like just for
yeah.
the tank itself. The Markava costs less than the Tiger. What the hell?
What now?
The Israeli tank. The Israeli
Where is-
MBT event tank.
Yeah, how much is that one? Like $77?
74.
Yeah, and now
74. Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Dude, the M90, the Wally tank is such a weird thing. I've heard someone call it the Wally tank, the one that
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense.
negative 30 degrees of depression. Like, actually, you can just sit behind hill, like, just sit. That's
Yeah.
great.
The only thing that can kill that thing is basically a bombing run. That's
Hey guys,
Yeah.
what's up?
congratulations! Type 62 has dropped by $3. Hey,
Hey,
hey, it was 1,000. It was 1,000.
I can't believe people actually paid for that, and now it's being implemented for free in the next patch. Like big brain IQ.
Big IQ.
It's
It's just so.
Oh, it's great.
it's a
They
lot
need
of
to change the designation of the T30, the Super Pershing. It was not designated T31 E1-1. It was the T31. Oh my God, T30.
T26.
Hold on.
T26.
T26 E1-1. It was the T26 E4.
really.
E4.
No, E4.
Oh, E4. I said, okay, never mind.
E4. No, it had E1-1 painted on the side of the turret, but as far as I can tell, no one knows why.
What am I listening to?
Oh, we're hey
Um,
Martian. We're just comparing how the Super
How
Pershing.
thoughtful of you to join us.
So essentially, we're just saying that the Super Pershing has the wrong designation on the stat card.
That's what I've
Hey,
heard.
the first thing I have to say is, Brett, don't give me that shit. I'll slap you.
Do it. You know what? I would love it. All right, slap me hard.
Whoa,
On the
whoa,
cheek.
guys!
Whoa.
This is a Christian Minecraft server. Stop. But yeah, the TOG should be an event vehicle, like definitely an event vehicle. The IS5, sure, make it a premium, make it an like event vehicle, or put it in the main tech tree, whatever.
Right,
Like,
like
IS5 should be there. Another great idea for an event vehicle, and it might be a little bit. It's gonna be super derpy. Storm Tiger. Can we all agree with that?
Yes,
my God.
yes, yes. 380 millimeters of rock.
I think that thing would just level the playing field.
You know why I think they won't.
Well, it took like an eternity to reload it.
You know
Yeah.
why I think it won't. Why I think they won't add it.
Why is that?
Because they want the RBT5 to be the only tank in the game with such a huge missile.
Yeah,
But it does
Well,
technically have more bigger missiles.
yeah. It's 420 blaze it missiles.
Yeah.
300 millimeters.
They are 425 millimeters, and they have 150 millimeters of pen at any range, at any angle.
My life is a
So it's
lie.
practically a bomb strapped to a tiny
Yeah.
tank.
They're not technically rockets; they're technically tank torpedoes.
Yeah,
That's
you know what?
pretty accurate, yeah.
I am,
That's what the Russians called them.
Oh,
Tank
really?
torpedoes. Yeah.
I mean, that
The
was,
T-
that
the
totally
TT
sounds Russian.
The TT. Yeah. I have the RPT-5.
Oh,
And it
you
says-
do?
Yeah. The TT 250 tank torpedo.
Wow. Okay.
There you go.
How did you get that thing?
To be honest, like I always wanted it, but there's no event that was gonna come out again. So I actually saved up for it, and I bought it for 100 straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only for $100?
Yeah, only for $100, and it came with talisman. It was only fully repaired. It was fully like modifications and all that.
That's
It counts
actually,
as a premium.
that's actually not a bad deal.
Yeah, $100. Hell, sign me up.
What I currently hate about their like.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate about Gaijin the most?
What's that?
The fact that they're just Gaijin.
they just
What do you mean?
do.
The fact that they just suck dick.
That they're a snail.
Yes.
I seen worse, to be honest. Like I know worse companies. Like I played games that have like worse backup, like worse support. I would say. Like
Did you ever play Armored Warfare?
yes, I did. Thank you. I was gonna bring that up.
That game was something else.
I played it. I honestly enjoyed it more than World of Tanks. Like I love Cold War modern day tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I enjoyed it, but it's like, but you know the grind problem and the glitchy. It was really glitchy compared to like the World of Tanks and War Thunder. And it's all pay to win shit. I swore again. Damn it.
That's fine.
Terrible.
You can swear. It's just no.
Oh, like no constant. Like I'm not saying it like in a negative way. I'm saying
Oh,
it like
okay.
in a, like I'm just saying in a situation that I am in.
No,
Like, it's
I
not
feel
that
you.
great.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, it's like it was just not great. It's like I like I like what Armored Warfare was trying to do, but health bars ruin it for me, and it's like nah, I'm gonna stop.
Which is why we also discussed this in a previous one. Gaijin needs a better competitor to come onto the scene so it can actually like challenge them to fix their game. But it's hard for somebody to like start up a tank company like what Gaijin, World of Tanks, and Armored Warfare have done.
Granted, they've built this up from over like 6-7 years.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, to be fair, the game is
Built up a pile of garbage in that amount of time.
Yeah,
It was good up until 2017, and then it started hitting its downhill state.
really for me is when it started like just when I saw a whole lot of the argument start was really with the introduction of ATGMs. What was it, 153 flaming arrows? That wasn't really the complete start of it, but that's where it started to like.
yeah. Was that the same time that Heat came out, or was that like a little bit before?
Heat was before that, although Heat was like
Pretty bad.
yeah, it was that was back when it was cheat effect. It was essentially just use this to win.
It still is Cheetah Fest.
Not really at top tier. It's less now.
Yeah, especially at top tier because top tier. I don't even have top tier, and I know that it use APFS. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or at ATGM, or high explosive, depending what tank you're playing.
Yeah.
Mostly Russian tanks.
Depending on how much bias you might have.
All right, I think it's time to wrap up.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine.
All these random people here, it's confusing.
All right, I just want to say thank you for listening, and we'll be back next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.
See you guys.